check the colored papers that are hidden under your chairs. Then, all stand up and find your teammates or groupmates according to the colored papers that you have picked. Please stand up. Stand up. Group yourselves. Kindly gather here. Form two lines and choose one representative each team. Yeah. Now, do you have an idea of what we are going to do? We have an activity called identifying the offenses or defenses. But before that, we have a twist. So the twist is we have to play a hep-hep-hooray game. Are you all familiar with the hep-hep-hooray game? Alright. So, for example, when I say hep-hep, you say hooray. When I say hooray, with action, please. Hep-hep-hooray. Alright. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, Ryan. Hey, hep-hep. Hep-hep, hooray. Hep-hep,
Hooray.
hooray, hep-hep. Alright. So we'll keep it this way first. Now, the team that will win the hep-hep hooray game will have the chance to paste the answer on the board. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, yourself, then. Are you ready? Now, 1, 2, 3, go. Hooray! Again. Okay, 1, 2, hep hep, hooray. Hooray, hep. Okay. 1, 2, 3, hooray. Hep hep. Hep hep, hooray. Faster. Okay, 1, 2, 3, hep hep.
Hooray.
Hooray, hep hep.
Hello,
Okay, read the sentence first.
Mario Blanc visited Thailand 3 times.
Okay, what's the correct answer?
As Kahap.
Please, what's up? Final answer.
How?
Okay, check. What team are you? Team
Red
one,
team.
Red team. Okay, Trigo. Katawa ba? One, two, three, go. Hooray!
Peppa.
Hooray! Pep!
Hooray.
Pep! Hooray! Read the sentence. Next, galing kay kung kinsa hindi na maka-answer mo, ito ang automatic 50. Read the sentence first. How long have you here? Have been. Have you? Do you think it's correct? So, the answer is correct. See Mario, team red. Okay, another one. 1, 2, 3, go. Hooray! Okay, read the sentence.
Number 4. She back eaten dinner already.
Okay, what is the answer?
Pass.
So is it correct? Can you read the sentence, please? Correct sentence?
She has eaten dinner already.
Again, please.
She has eaten dinner already.
Okay, this sentence is correct. So, team, blue.
Go.
Okay, let's have a last. Alright. So, another thing is, instead of Anna, Anna. Hooray, Anna. Sige na, okay lang. Hep, hep, hooray. Gusto ko na kay Anna. No. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Hep, hep. Hooray. Ito na, hep, hep, hooray. 1, 2, 3, go. Hooray. Hooray. Hep, hep. Sa'yo, Master. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Hooray. Hep, hep. Hooray. Hep, hep. Hooray. Hooray. Attentive, please. 1, 2, 3, go. Hooray. Hep, hep. Hooray. 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 Hep. Okay, read the sentence. 5.
The team blank won the championship for the third consecutive year.
Let me say the first sentence. Answer. Okay, can you read the sentence? Let's see.
Team
The team has won the championship.
Again, please louder your voice.
The team has won the championship for the third consecutive year.
So the winner is Team Blue. Let's give a round of applause. Okay, thank you for your active participation, grade 8. Now at this time, let's move on to the lesson number. So please settle down. Good afternoon again, everyone. I will ask you a question. So what are the 10
the sentence, the dog had fallen when the rescuers arrived. What do you think is the subject? The dog, right? The main verb. Fallen. So the main verb is fallen. Well, take note that sa past perfect, kung ano siya, like, past participle, we will not use past tense, past participle of the main verb. So, subject plus the helping verb had. And there is a past perfect, whether it's singular or plural, we will use had. So, the dog had fallen when the rescuers arrived. Second,
For the present perfect verb tense, and have or has for the verb.
so have or has. Are you familiar with those already?
Yes.
Okay, so sentence, example number 1. Carlo has fixed my bike. What is the subject of the sentence? The main verb. So Carlo has fixed my bike. So Carlo is singular or plural? Singular. So we will use singular we will use has if singular. And then how about the second example? Can you please read?
These dogs have undergone security training.
So dogs is plural.
Plural.
Okay, we will use have in plural, not subject. Next would be, can you please read? Future
Future
perfect.
Future perfect tense is formed by adding will have in front of the past participle verb.
Okay, I have here a scenario, for example, no? Nama Shopee. Hello ma'am, I am on my way to your location. I'll be there at 10 o'clock. For example, siya niya yung Shopee. Wala siya. Good morning, is it okay to reschedule? I will have left the house by 10 o'clock. So, unsa na patayan ninyo? Unsay subject here? The main verb. So, I will have left the house by 10 o'clock. I plus the helping verb and then the main verb past participle. So that is the future perfect tense. I think you catch up. Did you understand that already? So I think it's very important because the next discussion is connected. So I'll give the floor to Lhayca.
Good afternoon, grade 8.
Good afternoon.
Alright, so let's tackle another type of tense, which is the perfect continuous tense. Are you familiar with this? Yes, not yet. So, to inform you, this perfect continuous tense has 3 types. But first, let's tackle the first one, which is the present perfect continuous tense. So everyone, please read the description.
Verb tense used to refer to an action that started sometime in the past and is to continue.
Yes, that's right. This present perfect continuous tense is when you are doing an action or a specific person is doing an action that started in the past and is still ongoing in the present. That is present perfect continuous tense. And also, sometimes describes an action that was just completed as long as it's still relevant to the present. And this tense has its structure. First is, we'll have a subject, and then followed by has or have, which is an auxiliary verb, and then followed by been, which is a past participle of the verb to be, and then followed by the verb, which is a present participle of, which is consists of main verb and also in an ing form. So first, let's have the next one is the example. Everyone, please read.
She has been dancing all night and feels exhausted this morning.
Okay, so in this sentence, where is the subject?
She.
Okay, very good. And then where is the auxiliary is the past participle. Very good. And then followed by the present participle, which is dancing. This is a present participle in ing form. The main verb is dance here, which means in this sentence, the subject, she, is doing an action that is ongoing and still it's ongoing and which started in the past and then continuing in the present. And for the second example, please read.
They have been working tirelessly on the project, and they have also been steadily improving their teamwork skills.
Okay, so what makes this sentence a present perfect continuous tense? Anyone? Itself, please.
So the action, it describes an action that started in the past and continues in the present. So
Okay, very good. But what structure is used in the sentence?
So the structure that is used in the sentence is subject plus have been plus the present participle which is working. So
Very good. And now I want someone to share what you have been doing recently. And this time you will use the present perfect continuous tense in forming your sentence. Anyone here? Trixie?
I have been working on my short film for the past few months.
Very good. Now my question is Trixie's answer a present perfect continuous tense? Yes, I know. Why do you say so?
because
Stand up.
because she is using the sentence structure of the perfect continuous.
Very good. Now let's proceed to another type of tense. The past perfect continuous tense. This time, it's also known as the past perfect progressive. Everyone, please read.
It's a verb tense
That shows that an action that started in the past continued out until another time in the past.
That's it. Unlike present perfect continuous tense, this action is as what you have learned earlier. Present perfect continuous tense is an action that is ongoing and still continuing in the present. But this time, past perfect continuous tense is an action that is done by an individual that is started in a certain point in the past, but still ended at a certain point still in the past. And also, it has its structure. First, it has a subject plus had, which is the auxiliary verb, and been, which is the past participle of to be, and then the present participle, which is a verb and in an ing form. And we have here an example. Everyone, please read.
I have
I've
been
been working at a company for 5 years and I got a promotion.
Okay, this sentence is in past perfect continuous tense because it starts with subject and then followed by a auxiliary verb that is had, then followed by a past participle been, and then a present participle working, which makes this sentence a past perfect continuous tense. The action done by the subject is and still continuous, but it ends up in a certain point in the past, so it doesn't involve present tense. And for the second sentence, please read. So what makes this sentence a past perfect continuous tense? Anyone? Joan?
The action of drinking milk out of the pot was ongoing for a period of time before Mom walked into the kitchen.
Alright, and what structure is being used here?
Subject plus had been plus present participle, which is been.
Very good. Now that we have tackled the two types of perfect continuous tense, let's proceed to another one.
Okay, so for our last part of our lesson, before we continue, I want to check everyone if they are still okay. Can you tell that person beside you, are you okay? Keep up. last part is future perfect continuous tense. So this part gets tricky because it might sound like it's like a grammatical error, but it's not. So it is also sometimes called the future perfect progressive. Everyone kindly read.
Verb tense describes action and will continue up until a point in the future.
That is.
The activity will have begun sometime in the past, present.
Excuse me, is that how the 8th grader reads? Can you read that again?
The activity will have begun sometime in the past, present, or in the future, and is expected to continue in the future.
Everyone say future.
Future.
So the sentence structure of this is subject plus will have plus been plus the main verb present participle ing form. But to make it short, you can just say subject plus will have been plus the present participle ing form. So I have here an example. Everyone kindly read.
In November,
I will have been working at my company for 3 years.
So this part here in November is just a additional info or modifier to this auxiliary verb will have been. So it can still be a future perfect continuous tense even without this in November. So the subject here is the I, and then the will have been is the auxiliary verb. And then the working here is the main verb in ing. So how do you tell that? How can you tell that it is a future perfect continuous? So let's break it down by every part to tell where is the future, the perfect, and the continuous. So will is what makes it future. It indicates future, and then perfect is all along with these three: will, have, and been. That's what makes it perfect. And then the been is the continuous. Do you still follow? Do you get this? So I'll have another example. Everyone kindly read.
At 5 o'clock, I will have been waiting for 30 minutes.
So again, you can still remove this, and it is still grammatically correct as a sentence. So subject is the I, and will have been is the auxiliary verb. And then waiting is the main verb. Present participle ing form. So how can we tell again that it is future perfect continuous? Just the same with this first example. This the will as a future, and then perfect will have been, the three of them. And then continuous is what? Where is the continuous in this part? Been, and it is still been, right? So I want to see to it that you understand. I want another example of this. How about Mr. Antecristo?
In summer break, I will have been working on my apps for 2 months.
Okay, so was that correct? Was Mr. Antecristo's answer correct?
Yes.
So I want another example. Yes, Mr. Reblesa.
Okay, so at 3 o'clock, I will have been sleeping for 3 hours.
Is that correct? So as you have observed, they have just somewhat changed some of the words and related to this, so which makes it still correct, obviously correct. And that will be for the future perfect continuous tense. And now we will proceed with Miss Orbeta.
So since we're done with the lesson proper, I want you to get a piece of paper and we'll do an activity. Because I will be showing you 3 different images and I want you to construct sentences based on the tenses that you have learned earlier. So instead of creating one sentence for each tenses, I want you to create only 3 sentences since it will be time consuming to create 6 sentences. So I will be giving you enough time to create your answers.
Basic picture.
Basic picture.
If you're done with your answers, please submit it to the front. So I'll be calling one presenter to answer in front. For the first image, Mitzel, please come here in front. And read your answers.
In the first picture, I have here, before the party started, she had eaten all the pizza. And the second one is,
Can you indicate what tense?
so the tense in the first is past perfect. Because she had. The next is when I called her, she had been eating dinner for half an hour. Then it is in past perfect continuous. The next is the future perfect tense. By next Sunday, she will have eaten at least 10 tacos.
Good. Now for the second image, which is hiking, I want Rich or Blasa to come here in front then. Sure. Yes.
By the time we found them,
Please indicate the tense for the tenses you are using for each sentences.
the perfect, at the present, at the past, perfect tense. Okay. By the time we found them, they had hiked for the top up to the top of the mountain. Next is it's perfect, a past perfect continuous. They had been hiking through the mountain all morning before they reached a lake. Okay. The next is future perfect
have learned and you were really listening to the discussion earlier. And let's proceed to
Alright, everyone, I can see that you really understand our topic. Now, let's apply your understanding by answering this activity in your 1/2 crosswalks. Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes to answer this activity. But before that, everyone please read the directions.
Read and understand the sentences below. Rewrite the sentences using the form of the verb tense. Identify the verb tense being used.
Okay, thank you. Now you will start. Okay, time's up. Please pass your papers in front. Okay. Now, let's check your answers orally. So, who can answer number 1? Alright, Shani.
So, okay, number 1, I blank watched this movie for 2 hours. My answer naman kay present perfect continuous. So, ako biglang namin. I have been watching this movie for 2 hours.
Okay, very good. Now, number 5. Who can answer number 5? Okay, Trixie.
All our relatives blank arrive at the hotel in the morning, so we'll have arrived and future perfect tense.
Okay, very good. Now, for the last number. Who can answer? Okay.
Sarah blank see the movie Titanic 3 times. Sarah has seen the movie Titanic 3 times.
Alright, good job, everyone.
Now, in this junction, I want somebody from this class to differentiate the 3 perfect continuous tenses. So it is the past perfect continuous tenses, the present perfect continuous tense, and the future perfect continuous tense. So any volunteer? Yes, I will.
The present perfect continuous actions that happens in the past, happen in the past and still ongoing. The past perfect continuous action that started in the past continued up until another time in the past. Future perfect continuous describes actions that began in the past, present, or in the future is expected to continue in the future.
Okay, very well said. Now let us put your knowledge into the test with a short question and answer portion. So I will be giving you 3 scenarios and I want you to respond with the use of the type of the correct tense, and then so we will start with the scenario 1. So now the scenario 1 is you have just finished answering a challenging exam. So the question is, how will you express your feelings with the use of the present perfect tense? Yes, Trixie?
I had finished the exam and I feel relieved.
Okay, very good. Now let us move on to the scenario number 2. So the scenario number 2 is that you've been studying for hours. Now how will you express this continuous action with the use of the present perfect continuous tense? Yes, John Steve?
I've been studying for hours non-stop.
Okay, correct. Now for the last scenario, you've been traveling to other country. So how will you share your experience with the use of the past perfect tense, a continuous tense? Yes, Rich?
Oh, I have been traveling to different countries until the school year started.
Okay, that's correct. So good job, everyone. I can clearly see that you understand our lesson and you have a great application on our lesson. So now I hope you keep on practicing and use in different scenarios to further deepen your knowledge in your language skills. So I guess that concludes our lesson for the day. Have a great day, everyone, and I hope to see you in our next meeting. Goodbye, class.
Alright, thank you. Alright, centers, please be in the in front.